AITA for refusing to give my sister my wedding venue, even though she's getting married first. So I, 28F, am engaged to my fiancé 30M. We got engaged last year and booked a beautiful venue for October 2025. It's a historic estate, one of those places that books out nearly 2 years in advance. I've dreamed about this venue since I was a teenager, and honestly, it was the first thing I reserved once we had a date. Now, here's the issue. My younger sister, Hannah, 25F, just got engaged 2 months ago. Her fiancé seems nice enough, and I'm happy for her. But she decided she wants to get married before me. Her logic? I'm younger, so I should go first. Yes, you read that right. She thinks because she's younger, she should be the first to walk down the aisle, but it gets worse. She found out about my venue and instantly fell in love with it. Of course, the dates for 2024 and early 2025 are already booked solid. So what does she do? She goes to my mom and says, "Can't Op just give me her date? She can find another place for her wedding." My mom actually called me and tried to convince me. She said, "Be generous, sweetie. You're the older sister, you'll understand. Hannah deserves her special day too." I told her absolutely not. I booked this venue, I signed the contract. I paid the deposit. If Hannah wants to get married sooner, she can pick literally any other venue. Now Hannah is furious. She cried to the rest of the family, saying I'm ruining her dream wedding. My mom and a couple of aunts are siding with her. My dad thinks the whole thing is ridiculous, but he's staying out of it. So now I'm being called selfish for not giving up my wedding venue. For a wedding that was planned way before hers. Reddit AITA. ***, update 1 to 2 weeks later. Wow, I didn't expect my post to blow up like it did. Thank you all for the comments, advice, and laughs. Some of you asked for an update and things. Escalated. After my original post, I went low contact with Hannah and my mom because the constant guilt tripping was driving me insane. Then, out of nowhere, my mom called me and said, "Good news. Hannah has your venue now. You can start looking for something else." I nearly dropped the phone. Turns out, Hannah actually called the venue pretending to be me. She tried to switch the date into her name. Thankfully, the venue manager asked for ID and signature confirmation, so the scam didn't work. But when they told me what happened, I was humiliated. I confronted Hannah, and she admitted it. She said, "Well, if you loved me, you'd let me have it. I deserve my fairy tale." I told her she's banned from my wedding unless she apologizes. And she laughed in my face. Now my mom is saying I'm dramatic. That Hannah only tried because she's desperate, and that I should just compromise and share the venue. I honestly don't even know what that means. Like, have a joint. Wedding. My fiance's beyond done. He says if Hannah or my mom keep pushing, we're cutting them both out completely. So yeah, I'm not giving up my venue. If anything, now I'm even more determined to keep it. Update 2 to 1 month later. So, the family drama exploded at Easter dinner. Hannah stood up in front of everyone and announced her wedding date 2 weeks before mine. And guess what? She picked a completely different venue in the same city. But during her speech, she looked directly at me and said, "I'm still going first, like I should. Sorry, sis." The room went silent. My fiancé actually laughed, which only made Hannah cry harder. Then my mom started yelling at me, saying I stole Hannah's joy by not giving her my date. I told her I'm done being the scapegoat, and that if she keeps this up, she won't be at my wedding either. That's when my dad finally spoke up. He slammed his hand on the table and said, "Enough. Op booked first. End of story. Hannah, stop acting entitled. And Mom, stop enabling this nonsense." It was the first time he's ever raised his voice at my mom. And she looked absolutely shocked. So right now, Hannah and my mom aren't speaking to me. My dad quietly told me he supports me 100%. And honestly, I feel like I can breathe again. My fiance says he wants to hire security for our wedding just in case Hannah tries something. And I'm seriously considering it. Final update -6 months later. Hey Reddit, time for the big finale. A lot of you asked if Hannah actually went through with her wedding. She did, and it was a disaster. Apparently, the venue she booked was outdoors, and it rained nonstop the entire day. Half the guests didn't show up because the weather was so bad. And to top it off, the caterer mixed up the order, so they ended up with 60 pounds of vegan lasagna instead of steak dinners. People were miserable. I know it's petty, but after everything she put me through, I can't help but feel a little karmic justice was served out as for my wedding. It happened last month, and it was perfect. Milo, our golden retriever, even wore a little bow tie and walked down the aisle as our ring bearer. Everyone had a blast, and yes, we had security. Hannah and my mom didn't show up, though they did try to drop by the day before to talk things out. Security turned them away. Since then, I've gone no contact with both of them. My dad still visits me quietly, and he said he's proud of me for standing up for myself. So in the end, I kept my venue, I had my dream wedding, and I finally set boundaries. And to answer the big question, no, I don't feel guilty anymore. Sometimes protecting your happiness means letting go of people who don't respect you, even if they're family.